Well, so thank you, Sandy. So here's the deal. We just got back. The boys had their football game. And all I got to say is in certain parts of Alabama, them their boys is corn fed. We didn't have a number 52 situation, but I will tell you one thing. Our team really did give it their all. They did. Now, you talk about the way this coach led their team. He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. This coach was so good, you guys, that I honestly feel like he was trying out for like one of the major teams here in Alabama, the coaches. Sandy, you should have seen this dude. We were out at Pisgah. And I tell you, hey, Alan, hey, Betty R, my sister Melinda, Sandy, and Love Hope. Let me tell you guys, when I tell you these kids can play some football here in Alabama, they can play. I think I'll sort of have like a sun drenched look too, because even though I had my hat on, I still had this like haze, Let me see, see, sort of like the haze, sort of like it even drenched the little afro and some little I don't know, but let me tell you, these guys could play. them boys was good. I tell you, hey Ricky Webster, how are you? I just want to tell you that when I say these boys couldn't play, they played well. How was your day? I see we've got a lot of stuff going on. Hey, Sister Marty Lauderdale. We had a whole roll tide. Okay. I'm telling you. So it was a long ride out there and it was a long ride back. Birmingham, Alabama in the house. Okay? We got a whole lot of Bamas in here. There's a whole lot of us in here. A lot of us. And so yeah, the boys had a good time. I'm just like trying to figure out a way. The one thing that I think our team needs to do next, like this cat did. Again, like I said, this cat here was really auditioning for something. He had his whole entire team come out the first time, right? So they had the first, okay, so you got the A and the B. So he started with the A. He didn't pull pieces of A apart and let them go and sit down on the bench. Oh no, no. He pulled the whole A and had them sit down. And then he brought in all of his B team. And it was like our poor tired kids was literally playing against a fresh team each time. Does that you guys understand what I'm saying? So he had a fresh team. Every time they went to do something, he like switched the whole set out. And we were like, yo, whoa, wait a minute, what? It's like a whole bunch of bright white outfits come strutting out there. They had the bright white with the black and the red. But you know what? They had the bright white, black, and red. That's my alma mater. That's my high school colors. But when I tell you them boys, you should see how the kids look. They were like, whoa, wait a minute. And me and one of the ladies was sitting on the side. I was like, wait a minute. Are all them boys' britches supposed to be that wide? Did they weren't they on the field before? They've been sitting over there all this time resting and drinking water. Well, this ain't fair at all. It's okay, Melinda. Severe thunderstorms on the way. Yikes. No, no, no. Okay. No, no, no. You be safe. Okay. That's right. So yeah. So that's what they did. And they had a good time. And I was happy to see that they had a good time and that was good. Um, I got some good information that came this week, and I'm not even sure if I want to talk about the heavy stuff right now. To be honest with you, I sort of feel like I just want to have a light evening, especially in light of the fact that our boys, but listen, let me tell you, our boys did a good job because here's what they did do. It was like It was like 0-0 until like the first full, all the way up until halftime. So it was 0-0. So that was good. It was anybody's game. Then when they came out, the opposite team, the home team, when they came out after the halftime, which sort of troubled me because not only did they come out of their locker area, but so did the officials. And I thought, just, riddle me this. Are the referees and the coach and this team from here supposed to all come waddling out of the. Nah, maybe I'm just tripping. Are they supposed to all come out of the locker room together? Is that supposed to be? That's not a conflict? Is it me just saying it's a conflict? It's it just I don't know. Just seemed a little strange. And then there was a couple of things that happened that, to me, didn't seem to be too fair. Do me a favor, you guys. Smash the like button for me. I would sure appreciate it if you would. And I will just tell you right now that right after those kids came out, yeah, 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 yeah. They sort of put the can of whoop butt on them. But then here's the deal. Here's the deal. It was then the other team started picking up yards, and then they picked up the points, and then it was like 18-0 all the way up until like maybe 3 minutes until the game was over. Then our guys picked up 6 points, and then they made the field goal. Okay, so then at the finish was 18-8. That was the finish. That was it after all of that. You see? Yeah, it was the home team. Yeah. And I tell you one thing though, that out there in Pisgah, it was a high school, Pisgah. Do you know? Do you have any idea? Did you know that all over the place they have scriptures all over the school's campus? I wish I had taken more pictures. I have a few I'm going to send to you, Sandy. I'll send you some photos of what was going on there. But this high school, I even asked some of the moms, I was like, is this a Christian high school? They were like, no. I'm like, so your school just has these scriptures all over the place? She goes, yeah. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings. Yeah, they shall run and not get weary. Well, I was like, well, wait a minute now. Okay, all right. So we don't mind you beating us now that we see some of the void around here. We see the word. We see you. We see you. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Okay. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. I mean, then they had another set of scriptures as we were walking out. I was like, yikes, man, that's cool to be able to be like that and to do that and to be able to, hey, Mama Marie, came back on this side. Yeah. To be able to come and see an entire football team with their whole entire field decked out with scriptures was so wonderful. And on the way back, we got a delicious watermelon, and it was a real one. Not any of these things that we were picking up just recently. It's like we had a whole graveyard full of nothing but watermelon rinds because we were really trying to catch up and find one that tastes like it was supposed to taste, with the nice little sugary taste in it and the black seeds and all that stuff. So on the way leaving, we saw a gentleman pulled over on the side of the road. On the side of the road with his truck, and he sitting there with his truck. He had his tailgate down, and I was just riding on by real fast, and I doubled back. I slid on the brakes and made a U-turn and went back and grabbed me one for $5. Came home, sliced it, put half of it in the refrigerator so that it would, be nice and cold in the bowl. And then the other half I sort of grubbed up on, and it was delicious. It was like supper. And my daughter took her kids over to the park, and I guess they're over there running around now. But I want to tell you, that was a watermelon. $5. Taste delicious. I don't know what the insanity was that we put in the cart and brought home the other week, but it was not a watermelon. I don't know what it was. Tastes like vinegar. It was really bad. And that's the reason why I think people should stay out of the quote unquote God business. I think human beings should just stay out of the creation business. Uh-oh, here comes the topic. I really do. I think that they should just stay out of the creation business and do what they do. Use stuff. Use things. Buy stuff. That kind of stuff. But definitely stop trying to play the father, because that does not work. So, yes, good old country folk. Iska. Yep. Yep. It's nice and calm. It's a good stretch away from the hubbub that is Huntsville. But I tell you, it was really, really nice and relaxing. It was awesome. It was awesome, actually. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I do. Yeah. And yeah, so to eat a really good watermelon was like the piece de resistance. It was like just chilled me out. I was real chilled. Happy. Real happy. Yes, real happy. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. And the sun goes down out here. Seems like earlier and earlier, even though it feels a little, like drowsy, but it just, I don't know. It's been nice. It's been a nice day. It's been a really nice day. And they can create, they can destroy, says Sandy Aaron. Yes, they can. Most assuredly, that's exactly what they do. That is exactly what they do. But these boys are really enjoying themselves, and I'm really happy for them. And I was really happy that they could actually see what a real corner, salesman looks like. You remember back in the day, I don't know if you guys had this, but when I lived as a little girl, back in these early 70s, in Los Angeles County, there was a lot of people who moved from the South to Los Angeles, and I really wish they hadn't, but they did. Anyway, moved down to California. And do you know that when I was a little girl, the man used to drive down the street, and driving down the street, he would have all these different fruits and vegetables in the truck. Have you guys ever seen that? He would drive down the street, and on each side, when he would park in the middle of the road, akin to an ice cream salesman, he would just park and then pull up the sides of the truck, push them back. And then he would just stand there and call out what he had. I got watermelon. And then he would holler out about, I got fresh plums. Come on, get your peaches. And it was so cool. But when we were growing up, we didn't know. We didn't know that was something special. You know what I mean? We didn't know. It was just what we grew up with. And now we wish that we had that, And I think it's a testament to like just people who come from, who are either indigenous to an area or people who are from old town places. Because even after I grew up and I was an adult, living in California after, traveling and then coming back home, at that point, then you didn't see a lot of the people with the fruit. But what you did hear early in the morning, just to show how people coming from different cultures can do somewhat the same thing. Some of the women at about 6 o'clock in the morning, tamales, rancheros, all up and down the street. And if you know, like I know, and you really like tamales, you might want to get up and get yourself a few right then, because she's been pounding those out all night. They taste delicious. And I have to just say, I used to get upset because I would see people do the corn and eat the corn, and I would be like, exactly how? Exactly how? Let me let you see my face, because I'm like, you're going to eat that? You are. And you don't even know where she cooked it or he cooked it, do you? Let me ask you something. If you get sick eating that, what address are you going to give him? You're going to give them your front yard? Are you going to give them, the address at the end of this street? Exactly what address are you going to give them if you're going to eat that corn with that butter and all of the seasonings on it? What are you gonna do? Because that's what they do. It's what the vendors do. The street vendors, they sell corn, and I don't know what they're doing now. But that was my question back then. You're gonna really eat that, aren't you? You're gonna eat it. I turned into an immediate Karen. I don't believe you're gonna eat that. You don't even know. You don't know if they cleaned their. What is that? A tamale? Oh. But you don't even know that's a real husk, isn't it? Huh. That looks. Yeah, but you don't. You got two? Can I? I mean, hey, let me just test it for you. I may have to test it for you, and if I test it for you, and you know that it's okay, it's safe to eat. That's all I'm saying. It's a tamale. You got two. Let me have a piece of one. Then after you get it in your mouth, be like, okay. I tell you what. Let me just have this one. Where'd she go? She down the street? Did she leave? Where did she go? Is she gone? Where'd she go? Where did she go? You start looking for her. You start looking for her every day then. Tamales, rancheros. And you be hollering. Y'all, who got $1? Somebody got $1? But this is the eclectic part of the California thing. The whole, the eclectic piece that is California, the piece that is Los Angeles. Now, it's yeah. Melinda knows. All of y'all know. Growing up, she says, we had the milkman, the egg lady, the veggie man, who had homegrown fruit, and the bread man. Don't forget the bread man. Always look forward to them coming by early in the morning, real early, right, Melinda? And that's how we would start our breakfast. That's how we would start our day. We're going back to that, we're going back to that. Some is going to be outlawed in certain states and certain areas, but we're going back to that. Yeah, we're going to step back a couple of paces just to go forward a couple of paces. That's what we're going to do. You see what I mean? We're going to go back a couple of steps just so that we can go forward a couple of steps. That's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm telling you, we're going to all be shocked and amazed because that's where we're headed. And I feel like in places like, the ice cream trucks. And that's where the whole ice cream truck got it. But remember, there used to be the ice man. He used to come down the road with the ice. You see what I'm saying? He used to have the ice. Yeah. Yep, he did. Yes, he did. So, with all of that said, there's nothing like the slow move of a small community in the small places that still reek America. Hold on just a second, folks. All right, we fixed that there. Back to the future. Absolutely, Sandy. Absolutely. Y'all throw a topic or come on up here one. You can throw a topic. We can chat about whatever. It is just a Saturday night roundup. The ice cream man was a little before your time. The ice man, he was. The ice man was before your time. That is cute. That's funny. A little before your time. But you guys remember when the houses used to have the water hose spigots on the side of the house? There were actually the places where you would get pick up the milk every morning, early in the morning. You would just put your hand there and pull it out. You know what I mean? Well, that's amazing. So let me get this right. You guys, listen to this. Somebody is offering to purchase food, but they need me to give them money. Now that's classic. That's the classic millennial children of today. Hey, Be Borrowed. How you doing, precious? Yeah, it will be great. It will be great. It would be great. I go to the farmers market here almost every Saturday morning, and I know you guys got some good fruit out there. I'm gonna have to come out there next week and join you. Well, it looks like I'll probably be out there sooner than later, right? And now everybody wants the watermelon in the refrigerator. Wow. I'm sitting here having actually two full conversations. Two full conversations. Anyway, let's get into some news here. Let's get into some stuff. One good fact. Let's see. How much did Social Security recipient collect in benefits? Let's just check and see. It looks like there's something that's pretty big happened. Let's see. Ida Mae Fuller. Hey, haven't we heard that name before? We know what that is. Ida Mae Fuller paid only $24.50 in payroll taxes over 3 years before collecting the first ever Social Security check. We know what that is and who that is. We know about that. We already know about that. That's old stuff, but we know. Let's see, a brief and fascinating history about money. I don't want to know it. How fast does your skin shed? Do you shed skin? What effect do alarm clocks have on dreamers? Maybe that's something we should look at. I don't know. What effect do they have? What effect do they have on dreamers? That's all they have is just a question, and they give us nothing more. They give us nothing more than that. Oh, you go away. Get off of my screen. Give me back my shoe. I don't want to read anything heavy. I really honestly don't. I'm tired of giving energy into that heavy. I'm tired of giving energy into man-made heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe the man-made heavy needs us in order to push through their narrative. It's like, don't look at them. Don't pay any attention. If you don't pay any attention and you don't look at them, then they're not going to see you and you're not going to see them. And then this time is going to go by really, really quickly. Gonna go by really, really quickly. Yeah, that's it. Let's see about this. Let's look at somebody's woes. While Elon Musk has plenty of detractors on and off Wall Street, Scott Berg may be the first distressed bond manager to make a multi-billion-dollar option. Bet that Musk's Teslas will be squished like a bug. Yeah, I don't like a lot of stuff that's going on right now because I don't feel like listening to it. I do know that we gave like another, $775 million or $1 billion again to the other America. Wasn't it something like that? Like 775 billion more or million more, was it? A lot of money. I know we did that. Where is that? Is that in here? Wait a minute, a group offers $1 million cannabis scholarships to Virginia students. Well, we did say we were going to be light and airy tonight, so let's just get in touch with this story. Let me see, can I pull this up? Let's just see, because we'll watch this together. We'll look at this together. We'll figure this out together. Yes, we will. And this doesn't have anything to do, so let me do it right here. Groups, GROUPS. $, and then the 1, and then the million. Can you believe this? $1 million. $1 million. So a group offers, let's go ahead and just see it together, shall we? KOLN. KLON. KOLN. KOLN. That's whose story this is. Doesn't belong to me. I don't own it. I don't have anything to do with it. So all I'm going to do is show it to you guys. That's all. Okay? So there we are. There we go. Oh, this is a commercial. But I don't want to talk about the commercial. I can't stop the commercial. Shizo Pizza. The commercial. No. Okay, go. No, again, another window. I don't want that. How do I make it go? There it is.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't
there's
know
the
where the
skip
hole for the
right
This
there.
industry is booming
Now you
here
can
in
hear it.
Virginia, but access to the right tools to get started may be hard to find. So to help change that, the Virginia Cannabis Association and the EduCapital Foundation is offering $1 million in cannabis scholarships. On your side, Ashley Hendricks has a closer look at this opportunity and what it can mean for communities. $1,000 in scholarships is up for grabs for low-income students in Virginia. It's a jumpstart to a cannabis career experts say is quickly evolving. At one point, getting an education in cannabis or marijuana was unheard of.
I think this is a period of change. I think this is a period of growth.
Dr. Bobby Vincent III is a cannabis doctor from Richmond who's treating patients at the Beyond Hello dispensary in Northern Virginia. He's among the first in the country to receive a master's in medical cannabis science and therapeutics. It's a groundbreaking degree he hopes more students who look like him will have access to.
But once I graduated, I looked more into this actual medical program. But also, as I began to get into these rooms, I saw that even though it is emerging, I'm still the only African American in this room right now.
The Virginia Cannabis Association and the EduCapital Foundation are working to change that through scholarships.
A lot of people have 20, 30, 40 years of being incarcerated right now for a plant that a lot of people are making money off of.
As the director of community outreach with EduCapital, Juan Silva says, helping low-income students who are disproportionately impacted can benefit, all while boosting their local economy.
We have the cannabis culinary.
Wait a minute. Tyrone, down the street in the neighborhood, went to jail for this. And now they're giving away $1 million in cannabis, you see the fluffy name, scholarships to dudes. Every single cat that ever went to jail should have their past expunged, and every single dude that's in jail right now for this needs to be let go. He needs to be let go. Let him go. I say let him go. Okay, let me finish. Go.
The business of cannabis, pharmacy tech, and then we have certified grower. And then it extends into the certified master's growers program also.
The course is now being offered through 2 online schools, but there are plans to work with Virginia Tech and other schools in the future. Upon graduation, students will be selected to receive up to $50,000 towards their startup business. It's a unique opportunity Dr. Vincent wish he had.
Ultimately, it's also a period where we can see some economic opportunities for our state. So I'm excited to see what this looks like for Virginia in the next 2 to 3 years.
Still time for students to apply. We have more details over on NBC12.com. On your side in Richmond, Ashley Hendricks, NBC 12 News. All right.
I'm done. You can just stick one whole entire fork in me. Do you understand the depths of this? Do you know how many people are in jail? Marty says, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can you believe that they actually have this? Free the potheads, Zeb Johnson says. Buy stock in Munchie Odds. But you know the funny thing is, I have a friend who you guys met her a couple of years ago, and she came on the show. And in the state of California, where she's from, it's actually legal, right? But here's the bad thing about it: they have pretty much pushed her and a lot of other people into like little corners. So in other words, the large, gigantic companies have now come in and they have like the large growers and the large fields and all this other stuff, and they have all this stuff going on, right? They've got all of this stuff going on, and she's been sort of pushed to the like candies and the goodies and that type of stuff, because nobody else is really allowed to get into it. Yeah, nobody else is really. Why does the house phone ring whenever I'm with you guys? So you can't reach me by cell phone, so let's just call the house. Positive side of dark. Hello, love. Okay? So now we're actually giving a doctorate. This cat's sitting here talking like, hey, I've got all kinds of good sense. I'm a doctor in weed. I'm a weed doctor. That's basically what he's talking about. Nobody can afford the munchies now. Leave it to Alan, right, Marty, to cut up. But this guy's literally, now he's a doctor. So let me get this right. He received a doctorate, did he? Did he receive a doctorate in this? A weedologist or something, whatever the name they gave this guy? Can you believe this? So for all of the people throughout all of the land who had shoeboxes full of this stuff, for many people who will walk around, yeah, man, you know. Okay? Who had shoeboxes full of it and sound like they couldn't keep their breath. Yes! He's got a master's. Oh, he has a master's. I want to play it again. I cannot believe this. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna play it again. I can't believe it. I am absolutely
Thank you so
amazed. Let's go. Oh no, commercials. No. Let me do this. I will make it do this. If I turn it off, how do I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Okay, I think it's shutting up. Skip the ad. Okay, hold on. I love her locks. They're so beautiful. Okay, hold on.
may be hard to find. So to help change that, the Virginia Cannabis Association
Okay, now go again, lady.
industry is booming here in Virginia, but access to the right tools to get started may be hard to find. So to help change that, the Virginia Cannabis Association and the EduCapital Foundation is offering $1 million in cannabis scholarships. On your side, Ashley Hendricks has a closer look at this opportunity and what it can mean for communities.
$1,000 in scholarships is up for grabs for low-income students in Virginia. It's a jumpstart to a cannabis career experts say is quickly evolving. At one point, getting an education in cannabis or marijuana was unheard of.
I think this is a period of change. I think this is a period of growth.
Dr. Bobby Vincent III is a cannabis doctor from Richmond who's treating patients at the Beyond Hello dispensary in Northern Virginia. He's among the first in the country to receive a master's in medical cannabis science and therapeutics. It's a groundbreaking degree he hopes more students who look like him will have access to.
But once I graduated, I looked more into this actual medical program. But also, as I began to get into these rooms, I saw that even though it is emerging, I'm still the only African American in this room right now.
The Virginia Cannabis Association and the EduCapital Foundation are working to change that through scholarships.
A lot of people have 20, 30, 40 years of being incarcerated right now for a plant that a lot of people are making money off of.
As the director of community outreach with EduCapital, Juan Silva says, helping low-income students who are disproportionately impacted can benefit, all while boosting their local economy.
We have the cannabis culinary, the business of cannabis, pharmacy tech, and then we have certified grower. And then it extends into the certified
culinary, so they add food
The
to
course
it.
is now being offered through 2 online schools, but there are plans to work with Virginia Tech and other schools in the future. Upon graduation, students will be selected to receive up to $50,000 towards their startup business. It's a unique opportunity Dr. Vincent wish he had.
Ultimately, it's also a period where we can see some economic opportunities for our state.
She look like,
See what this looks like for Virginia in the next 2 to 3 years.
Still time for students to apply. We have more details over on NBC12.com.
Okay. All right. So that's the deal. That's what you can make money in nowadays. If you want to go to school, ladies and gentlemen, send your kids to school for that. So you'll have a whole bunch of people who'll be complicit, a boatload of compliant ninnies that'll be high as a box of, they'll just be high as a box of rocks, just as high as a bag of kites. They'll just be kite, all of them. All of them. So the top marijuana stocks for August of 2022. Let's see. The marijuana industry is made up of companies that either support or engage in the research, development, distribution, and sale of medical and recreational marijuana. Cannabis has begun to gain a wider acceptance and has been legalized in a growing number of nations. Get this, in a growing number. In a growing number of nations, states, and other jurisdictions for recreational, medicinal, and other uses. So you can cook with it, but it's not the real cannabis. Okay. This is something that is very addictive. Why? Because, we know that the Rockefellers won't create anything that allow you not to be just like stuck on it. And did you know that guy really looks sort of lizard-like? I looked at them, and they are the ones who really used everything with the petrochemicals. They started everything with the slippery oil into making drugs. And pushing everybody who used regular medicinal herbs and things of that nature that our Father in heaven put here for us. They pushed all of those folks out of the way. He did, this guy. And so that's the reason why I'm mentioning him. Hey, Rusty, you're never late. You're not late. And so they actually did the patent on marijuana years ago. I think about 65 or 67. And when they took the patent, they took a piece of it, just one part, enhanced it a little bit, and that was it. And so now, of course, they're going to get you hooked. Of course. Why not? Of course. Because it has to get you hooked in order to keep you coming back. That's why the whole entire state of California is so anesthetized right now. They're all like, really? Really? Okay. Higher prices? Okay, no problem. Oh, we're going to give all of the money to them even though they don't belong here? We'll vote for that. Yeah, man. Cannabis has begun to gain wider acceptance and has been legalized in a growing number of nations, states, and other jurisdictions for recreational, medicinal, and other uses. Some of the biggest companies in the marijuana industry include Canopy Growth Corp., or CGC, Kronos Group Incorporated, and Tillery Incorporated. Many big marijuana companies have continued to post sizable net losses as they focus on investments needed to speed up revenue growth. Well, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Yep. 37 U.S. states now permit the use of marijuana in some form. Marijuana stocks, as presented by the ETFMG Alternate Harvest ETFMJ, have vastly underperformed the broader market. MJ has provided a total return of 63.7% over the past 12 months, well below the Russell 1000 indexes. Total return of 7.1. These market performance numbers and all statistics in the tables down below, are as of August the 8th, 2022. Here are the top 5 marijuana stocks with the best value, the latest growth, and the best performance. The best value marijuana stocks, these are the marijuana stocks with the lowest 12-month trailing price to sales, or PS ratio, for companies in the early stages of development or industry suffering from major shocks. This can be substituted as a rough measure of a business's value. A business with a higher sales could eventually produce more profit when it achieves or returns profitability. The PS ratio shows how much you're paying for stocks for each dollar of sales generated. Well, here is Ari Wellness, AYR Wellness, and there's their prices. There's Grow Generation Corp, Cresco Labs, there's all theirs, and Jushi Holdings, and Aurora Cannabis. Aurora Cannabis. So it starts with this one here at the $6.36 mark as of the date of this, which was the 8th, they said, right? All the way down to this Aurora. They're going to give you a big spiel about them. I'm going to put it down below so you guys can read it. I'm going to put it down there so you guys can read it and maybe look it up. I mean, you never know. Somebody might get rich in this family here. In our family here. Somebody might get rich. You never know. You never know. But I mean, back in the day, that's why I find America so funny. I find it a funny place. I mean, we're the one country that will not allow anybody to curse or swear, I should say. That you can't swear on television. Certain words you can't swear on regular TV. But you can whack off body parts of people under the age of 12 all day long and not go anywhere. Nowhere at all. You can't tattoo the same people, but you can get to whack and change them up a little bit. America's a weird place. Really weird place. A really unique place. That's us. Let's see, Melinda says, makes sense though. Virginia, founding fathers drank a lot and smoked, so they were drunk and high. Yeah, they should have went right back over the pond with all of that too. Should have went right back over the pond with all of that. Took it right back over there to the queen and say, see, we're going to do what we want to do because we're going over there. Anyway, you're never too late, Rusty. Never too late. They can't patent anything natural. They have to tweak it, and that's what they did. They tweaked it. Yep. Weed makes one compliant, you see. Yeah, yep. Not only that, it leads to other drugs like fentanyl and the worst. Yes. They call it a gateway. Yep. Well, you guys, upside down world. That's exactly where we are. We are in bizarro land. United States is now bizarro world. And they want to tell everybody how to be so, it's like this weird type of morality. You can't do this to your own citizens. You're doing what to your citizens? Well, we're going to come over there and stop you because you've got some human rights violations. Meanwhile, back in our backyard, we're doing all kinds of stuff. Well, we're dropping stuff on them. Yeah, we are. We're putting all kinds of stuff in their food. And we're taking all their medications and we're turning it into something else. Well, yeah, our country's just a total mess, but you can't do that. Who do you guys think you are? That's what we do. We're the moral police, but we won't let you do that to your people. Bunch of junk. A bunch of hooey. That's exactly right. I really don't even want to get into the whole piece about what I just saw as far as all of the recalls. And I think what I will do is have one gigantic recall day tomorrow. I have some other stuff that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, but for sure, sleep deprivation, the cousin of death, is what we are dealing with tomorrow. Okay? That is what we are dealing with tomorrow. Sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation, the cousin of death. Tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. right here on the Lockhart Perspective. Be here or be square. That's what we're talking about. And it's a good thing that we're doing it at an early time because, see, the sun just went down a little bit ago. And 90 minutes after that sun goes down, you'll find from tomorrow's story, we're supposed to be because there's releases of all these different wonderful, lovely hormones that our Creator put in us. And if we sleep, if we are awake through it, we miss it. That's right. We miss it. And it makes us ill because particular parts of the body is not able to heal. I probably will be too late or too excited to sleep now. I probably will be too excited to sleep now. And yes, Rusty, they do. They really do. So we're going to go ahead and get on off, but I'm just glad that I had my reminder from my sister, Sandy, because we was moving on down that highway. We really were grooving. Moving? Yeah. Grooving? Yeah. I'm going to sit back and do my thing. Can I do my thing? Yeah. We was moving just like good old James Brown. Dun, 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 dun. We were doing all that stuff. So, with all that said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and thank y'all for hanging out with me. You know, thank you. It's been 45 minutes, but that's good. You just need a little booze. That's all. We just need a little, just tap each other, just sort of touch each other. Just say, hey, baby. That's all we needed to do tonight. We just need to say, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. That's all we needed. Hey. You see what I'm saying? And thank you, Sandy Aaron, for my love offering that you sent me, hugging on my neck at the mailbox. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate everything you've done. All of you. Thank you at Felicia. Peace and blessings to you and everyone. Same to you, Be Borrowed, as well as Alan Davis. Listen, you guys remember what we always say on any Felicia Lockhart Group publication, and that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the Most High. You guys take care of yourselves first and then take care of everybody else. And until you and me, we see each other, continue to be blessed. Take care.
To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day.